Hey, what's going on, everybody? It's your boy Reading. We're back with another live stream on Flight Sim 2020. We are just doing some laps in a pattern. We're sitting here on the ramp out of CAD's Dallas Addison. We're going pretty much back to basics. Let's see here. Let me go back to my game. There we go. So yeah, we're going pretty much back to basics. We're gonna be flying the 172. As you guys can see here, I had a bit of an issue with the game being laggy, so I hope I fixed it, whatever it was. But yeah, it looks smooth, much smoother than it was earlier. So yeah. Anyways, we're gonna go ahead, get the aircraft. Oopsies, I didn't want to do that. And make sure that the flaps are up because that's what it does. Yep. There we go. Alright, so got a checklist here. Maybe. Alright, so I'm gonna go ahead and we did our exterior stuff already. So before engine start, pre-flight completes. Let's see here. We're gonna go and run through our passenger safety briefing real quick. If I can find it. Alright, so we're going to skip the passenger safety briefing. Passenger safety briefing, pretty much, it goes something similar to this, that the doors are closed and locked in case of an emergency landing. For you to get out of here, you're going to crack your door open a little bit in case the airframe were to be skewed in any certain way. We can still exit the aircraft. Keep your windows closed during takeoff and landings. You never know what could possibly happen. If we do have to evacuate into water, brace for impact and have fun. There's a fire extinguisher somewhere in the middle here, or it could be in the back. It's somewhere around here, but pretty much when we crash land and we survive, we're not going to be putting out the fire if we cannot access the fire extinguisher. The emergency exits are these two doors to your left and right, and in case we can't get out those, there's a baggage door right behind us that we can always exit out in case we need to. Alright, brakes are, we can test our brakes here in a minute. Let's see. Alright, yep, brakes are good. Avionics master is set to off. I'm trying to zoom in and I'm looking down. There we go. Fuel selectors on both. Fuel cutoff is out. Where is it? Yep, it's in. Alright, starting engine. We're going to open our throttle a quarter of an inch, which should be about 25%. Make sure set to auto cutoff. Beacon light is on. Yep, hold on, I missed a step. Oh, yep, I did miss a step. Alright, so throttle's open a quarter of an inch. Make sure it's auto cutoff. Master on. Beacon light is on. EFIS screen is turning on. Propeller area clear. We're gonna go ahead and open the window here and yell clear prop. Alright, let's pretend we opened that window there. Clear prop. Fuel pump switch on. Nope, that's not the fuel pump switch. This is the fuel pump. It doesn't animate it here, but we would be getting a rise on our GPH here, and being that it is cold, we're gonna let it run for 5 seconds, which we already did, so we can go and turn that back off. Make sure auto cut off, fuel pump is off, the ignition switch set to start, and make sure advance smoothly to rich. Alright, so we're gonna go ahead, clear prop, bring my mic closer to my mouth. And we're gonna go ahead and get this aircraft started. So there we go. It went smoothly to rich. Alright. Oil temperature and pressure are both in the green. Well, temperature is a little bit low, but it's gonna go up as the engine warms up. We're gonna go ahead and raise the RPMs to 1,000. You know what? I know exactly why it's doing that. I completely forgot to switch these back. My throttles are reversed because of the E175. The E175, it always for some reason it just acts weird. Apply and save. There we go. Give it a little bit more, a little bit more, a little bit more. Stop. Alright. 990 is pretty much good enough. Alright, we got 1,030. Alright, we're good. Throttle is at 1,000 RPM. We can go ahead and turn on our avionics master, and we're gonna lean our mixture just enough. We need to pull our flaps up. Alright. Before taxi, brakes test. We're going to release them. Let the aircraft roll a little bit forward. GPS verified database. Database is June 12th to July 10th, 2025. And continue. Transponder set to VFR. Go to exponder, set to VFR, and we're going to also turn on the altitude reporting as well. Radios tune, and we can go ahead and grab our ATC. So let's go and do that. I don't know if Addison has ATIS right now, so we'll just listen to DFW and see what they got.
Picture information Kilo 2153 Zulu. Wind 190 at 10. Visibility 10. 6,000 scattered. 25,000 scattered. Temperature 34. 2.21. Altimeter 29903. Simultaneous parallel traffic departing runways 17 right. 18. Notices to air mission based X in use. Operate transponders with altitude reporting mode enabled on all airport surfaces. Advise on initial contact. You have information Kilo.
I just want to know what the winds are.
Dallas Fort Worth International Airport departure information Kilo 2153 Zulu. Wind 190 at 10. Visibility 10. 6,000 scattered. 25,000 scattered. Temperature 34. 2.21. Altimeter 29903. Simultaneous parallel traffic departing runways 17 right.
Alright, so Fort Worth Center is who we're going to be talking to today, because we can't really talk to DFW Tower. Alright, so let's see. Flight plan, we're just going to do some VFR and a pattern work, and then maybe if time permits, we might be able to do we might ask them if DFW is not busy, if we can like shoot a visual approach into DFW, touch and go, and then like take back off and come back to Addison. We'll see what happens. Or we can go down to Sulphur Springs for a VFR flight following. So again, we'll just see what happens. But at least for now, we're gonna go ahead and tune 90. directly east. Oop, I said directly east and I did the complete opposite. There we go. Alright, so we can go ahead and save the rest of the checklist for when we get started out here. We're going to go ahead and contact Fort Worth Center. Contact Fort Worth Center for taxis. So we're going to go ahead and go do that. And make sure everything else is in position for me. Alright, and Fort Worth Center. And Fort Worth Center, November 9098 Kilo radio check.
Loud and clear.
And Fort Worth Center, November 9098 Kilo. We're looking to do some probably VFR patterns over here in Addison. I said the wrong thing. I said the correction. Fort Worth Center. We would like to do VFR flight following if possible.
November 9098 Kilo, where do you want to go?
We're looking for Sulphur Springs at 5,500. So yeah.
November 9098 Kilo, squawk 5215.
5215, November 9098 Kilo.
November 9098 Kilo, Addison altimeter 29906, advise ready for taxi.
We'll let you know when we're ready for taxi, and that squawk code was what again?
5215.
5215. Alright, so we're gonna go back down to our code. It's gonna be 5215 and yep, 5215. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna go ahead and we're just gonna do that flight. I wasn't really expecting it, but yeah, I don't know. I think Sulphur Springs is SLR. Let me double check that. KSLR. Sulphur Springs.
Number 4 Mike Golf, just so I don't forget it later. The major's altimeter 29907.
9974 Mike Golf, thank you.
Delta 948, climb and maintain flight level 400.
Limit T400, Delta 948.
Alright, so we got direct Sulphur Springs. Another squawk code. We're gonna go ahead and preset 5,500. Alright, so everything else is looking good. We got 5,500 set up here. We got direct Sulphur Springs. They're gonna give us vectors around it, but we're gonna at least do direct to Sulphur just so we can I'm gonna add a wee bit more fuel because did I put double check that? So we're just gonna do like not too much extra, but just to make sure we can get down there at least, and then if we need to we can just like fly somewhere else through VFR. And Fort Worth Center, November 9098 Kilo, we are ready for taxi.
November 909 Kilo, runway 16, taxi via Alpha.
Taxi to 16 via Alpha, number 9098 Kilo. So, it's such an interesting call sign. Just gonna go ahead, just do it this way. Close to that little- In real life, we probably would have. In real life, we would have pushed the plane back, but yeah, it was. I don't feel like getting GSX out here and everything. Alright, we're gonna go ahead down here to the end. Taxiing at 23 knots. Probably wouldn't do that in real life, but Texas. Maybe on our way back from Sulphur Springs, we can stop at DFW. I guess. Alright, so we're gonna go ahead and follow this
Sorry, American 2865, please step by helicopter for about 15 minutes.
American 2865 Albuquerque offline, radar service terminated, frequency change approved.
Thank you, frequency change approved, American 2665 today.
Alright, brakes are set. Fuel suck is on both already. Fuel quantity state. We have. Let me zoom in here. Grandma mode here. We got about. We call it 23-ish gallons in each tank. Flight controls are free and correct. We're gonna start with the left here. I can hardly see that, but I can see the things come down. Yep, I can see it come down, go up and down there. We're gonna look behind us. Make sure
Fort Worth Center, American 2864 with you, climbing through 3.5.
American 2864, Fort Worth Center, radar contact.
autopilot engage and check, so we're gonna go ahead and do vertical speed. Click on that, and then we're gonna go with vertical speed up. And then, and so in real life, what would happen is you'll see the yoke try to pull up to go for to try to pitch up for it. So then once you see that it tries to pitch up, then we're gonna switch it to like 500 feet landed down. But I don't think the simulator simulates that. But at least we can see the flight directors are moving here, meaning that they would, in theory, be telling the autopilot what to be doing. can also probably engage nav mode. I just want to see if it's gonna, if that's what's gonna. Okay, so yeah, we can see that it tries to follow the nav. What we're gonna do is we're gonna go ahead and go to heading mode, and then we're going to click that, and then we're gonna switch it the other way. So you can see that it is slowly moving. So yeah.
Center 4 Mike Golf, we got the weather at Greenville.
We're 4 Mike Golf, Roger. Tower's closed. No traffic observed between you and the Greenville Airport. Radar service terminated. Squawk VFR. Frequency change approved. We'll see you.
Alright, Squawk VFR, frequency change approved. 4 Mike Golf, good day.
Fort Worth Center, good afternoon. Sirius 18 Lima Sierra is on the ground at Dallas Love, looking for IFR to Atlanta.
November 28, correction, American 2864, climb and maintain 17,000.
17,000 American 2864.
November 18 Lima Sierra, the Fort Worth Center, clear to the Atlanta Airport, Landry 5 departure, Lima, November, Delta, Romeo, Echo, Fort transition, then as filed. Climb via SID, departure this frequency, squawk 6244.
Now bring our throttle up to 1800 RPM.
November 18 Lima Sierra is clear to Atlanta via the Landry departure for transition, climb via SID, back 310, stay with you, and 6244 in the box.
November 18 Lima Sierra, read that correct. I'll have love information shortly, but altimeter 29904.
We're gonna go ahead and.
Altimeter is 29904 for 8 Lima Sierra.
We got a drop of about 130 on it. Bring them back to both. And then we can go ahead and drop the 2 clicks. And we can bring it back to both. Magnesium checked out. Amps and volts check. We should be above 24, I believe. Yep, we're showing 28 volts on each.
Fort Worth Center, Sirius 8 Lima Sierra is requesting runway 13 right is closer for us.
We can go ahead and bring our power back down.
And November 18 Lima Sierra, Roger, runway 13 right, taxi via Charlie 8.
Without cutting out.
Charlie.
Yeah, 13 right, taxi via Charlie 8 Charlie. When we're ready, we'll let you know. Sirius 8 Lima Sierra.
Fuel pump is not required. And lights, we're going to turn on the rest of our lights when we get out to the runway. Oh yeah, okay. So departure and emergency briefing. So we got known obstacles that ahead of us. In front of us is going to be the city, the great city of Addison, Texas. Known hazards is that there's a whole bunch of buildings down there. We don't want to hit any of those. On a takeoff roll, if we lose an engine, we're just gonna pull power back, hit the brakes, and come off the runway to the closest taxiway as soon as we can. For above 1,000 feet, or turn crosswind.
American 2864, climb and maintain flight level 360.
Best place to land.
360 American 2864.
If that's not an option, we're just gonna try to see if we can make it back to the airport. And if we're above the 1,000 feet, then we're gonna obviously see if we can try to circle back to the runway and try to land back at the runway, because especially in the 172, it is capable of gliding when you're fairly close to the airport. But anyways, we're gonna go ahead. Our takeoff checklist: throttle full. Make sure PCT in the green. Rotate at 55. Climb speed at VX, VY, or VX or VY, and then you cruise at 85. So we're gonna go ahead, contact center, and go from there. So let's go ahead and do that. And very good evening, Fort Worth Center, November 9098 Kilo. We are holding short of 16, ready for our VFR departure.
November 9098 Kilo, runway 16, proceed on course, clear for takeoff.
Clear for takeoff, proceed on course, November 9098 Kilo. And to confirm, that is to, we're good to go all the way up to 5005, or do you want us to stop at somewhere else before?
Free change for American 1755.
Alright, so we're gonna go ahead and, we'll clear up the altitude situation, once we're in the air. Since we're on the runway, we go ahead and turn on our landing lights, turn on our strobe lights, everything else is looking good. No flags. Let's advance to full throttle. Airspeed is alive, P's and T's are in the green. We got no failure flags. We got 64, 65. Let's go ahead and rotate.
Fort Worth Center, Cirrus 18 Lima Sierra is ready for taxi.
November 18 Lima Sierra, runway 13 right, taxi via Charlie 8, Charlie.
13 right, taxi via Charlie 8, Charlie.
Alright, we're about 400
8
feet above
Sierra.
the ground. We can go ahead and start turning across.
Fort Worth Center, APS 767 to 3000 for 10.
PS 767, radar contact.
Just pitching forward just so I can get a better climb rate. And yeah, peaceful flying today. There's not a whole lot of traffic going on around these parts. And we're getting a surprisingly good climb performance out of the airplane today. We're climbing at what, 1,000 feet per minute? Yeah.
EPS 767, climb and maintain 17,000.
17,000 to 600.
We'll go ahead and go back from the course here.
Fort Worth Center, bearing 58 Golf through 1,800 for 4,000.
November 58 Golf, Fort Worth Center, radar contact, climb and maintain 5,000.
5,000, bearing 58 Golf.
Fort Worth Center,
Alright, so we're gonna
Cirrus
go ahead
18
and
Sierra is
connect
holding short of
to
13 right with India.
Got 5,000 set.
November 18 Lima Sierra, runway 13 right, RNAV to Dorset, clear for takeoff.
Yeah, we'll make sure that I have noticed.
RNAV door set to runway 13 right, clear for takeoff, Cirrus 8 Lima Sierra.
Alright, so go through the climb checklist real quick. Airspeed is 70 to 85 knots.
November 58 Golf, clear direct Navasota.
Mixture lean above 3,000.
Clear direct Navasota, bearing 58 Golf.
Go ahead, lean our lean the mixture. Like we're gonna lean it to about 50%.
November 909 or 8 kilo, radar contact, say altitude.
3,200.
Okay, November 9 or 8 Q, I just want to verify I did not give you a Bravo clearance, but I guess that's fine. Maintain VFR, or cleared through Class Bravo airspace, maintain VFR at or below 5,500.
Maintain VFR at or below 5,500, and that's my mistake, though. November 909.
UPS 767, climb and maintain flight level 350.
350, UPS 767.
I'm just double checking this because I want to make sure. And I'm currently there. Okay, so yeah, that is my mistake. So the Bravo actually ends just after that ring that I'm going to. So I better plan it on my part, but we'll learn for next time because we're gonna come back here anyways, and then matter of fact, but yeah, Sulphur Springs looks like a nice airport. I've been to it once in the simulator, never in real life. What we might end up doing is when we get to Sulphur Springs, is we might just end up refueling. And we might not have enough fuel to go there and come back. But once we get up to 5,005, we're gonna go as pretty much like to like our limits. Like, look at the views outside today. Some pretty beautiful views. I'm not entirely sure which highway this is. Some part of me feels like this is 635, but I also feel like it's not. If I'm not mistaken, that is probably Texas Route 190. We're past that end of the road.
November 18 Lima Sierra, climb and maintain 17,000.
Climbing to 17,000 for Sierra Sierra.
Sulphur Springs is about 64 miles per hour. That'll be a decent flight. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and give it that. Alright, so we're gonna lean the mixture. It's gonna give us some better fuel economy. And pretty much just hang out here. It's gonna be a bit of a bumpy ride. I wasn't expecting it to be this bumpy. Forward center on November 9098 Kilo. Do you know what the winds are above me? Let me see if he knows. Because I want to climb up. Maybe get out of these chops. I don't think he's gonna respond. I really don't. gonna see if it keeps up this way. I'm not entirely sure how to check in the sim what the winds are above you, above your current altitude. Pretty much just going to be, this is pretty much where we're going to be residing here, actually. We're going to have, alright, so Volante says it'll take us about 20 minutes before we get there, which isn't bad. Actually, yeah, that's actually not bad at all. Does anybody want to stream? You guys are enjoying it. Do I leave this guy's accessible? I'm going to step
November 18 Lima Sierra, climb and maintain flight level 310.
Climbing to 310 for 8 Lima Sierra.
Up at OKC, headed down to Addison with uniform, I believe it was, and we are ready for taxi.
Elite 9061, Fort Worth Center, runway tree 5 left. Let's do taxi via Delta, Charlie, Alpha. Cross runway tree 5 left at Charlie, cross runway tree 1 at Alpha.
Delta, Charlie, Alpha, and it's cross 35 left at Charlie, and 31 at Alpha for 9061.
Forward center, November 9. He's just not responding.
November 909 Kilo, I'll just do this. Radar services are terminated. Squawk VFR, frequency change approved.
Frequency change approved, and we'll be back whenever we come back. I'm gonna step out real quick. I will be right back. If there's anybody,
All aircraft Fort Worth Center closing in 10 minutes.
if there's anybody that's gonna be, he's like, I'm gonna get out of here before that November 909 Kilo guy comes back. But anyways, I'm gonna go ahead and step out. will be back.
November 58 Golf to Waco altimeter 29906.
58 Golf.
Delta 948 Albuquerque Center offline, radar service terminated, frequency change approved.
Fort Worth Center, good afternoon. American 906 passing 7,400 for 10,000.
American 906 Fort Worth Center, radar contact, climb and maintain 17,000.
Say again, the altitude 906.
American 906, climb and maintain 17,000.
Climbing 17,000, American 906.
And Elite 9160 ready to go, 35 left.
Elite 9061, runway 35 left, clear for takeoff.
Clear for takeoff, 35 left for 9061.
UPS 767, radar service terminated, frequency change approved.
Oh, yeah, Cam, UPS 767, good night.
American 906, climb and maintain flight level 320.
Maintain flight level 320, American 906.
All aircraft Fort Worth Center up in 5 minutes.
And 9061 through 1500.
Elite 9061, radar contact. Elite 9061, clear direct GLOPS, climb and maintain 15,000.
Okay, after 15,000, direct GLOPS for 9061.
Fort Worth Center, Papa 4, Sierra Kilo, November on the ground at Alliance, request clearance to Miami.
Station calling, I'm going offline in 2 minutes. You can change to advisory.
That's unfortunate. Thanks for being on though.
Alright guys.
Fort Center, FedEx 9900. We're 16 miles from Korea to level 240.
Alright guys, so we're
FedEx 9900, I'm going off in a minute. You can change to advisory.
Change to advisory for frequency approved, FedEx 9900.
So we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna run
All aircraft Fort Worth Center closed. No further ATC service available. All aircraft change to local advisory frequencies. Have a good rest of your night.
Thank you, you too.
see ya. No one ever says see ya. It sucks. But they always say it to the, it's always them Southwest pilots. I always hear them say the Southwest. I got something to do here on my elevation is 489. And 290 at 12. So we're gonna be landing on. Hi. Yeah, we're gonna land on. Density altitude is showing 3,020. So yeah, it's showing quite high actually. We should be in Sulphur in about 7 minutes. Go to the external view. We can go ahead and get it a little faster. Just a little faster. So yeah, 1,500. It's going to be our pattern altitude. It's technically like, yeah, like 1,004, but rounded up is 1,005. So that's what we're going to be sticking with. It's conservative enough, and we should be fine. There is nobody in my general area. November 524 Mike. I want to see.
Center Lima 61 back with, just sorry I had a radio issue there.
I forgot. I know I'm looking right at it. Of course, and the thing is I'm closer to the end of the flight. If I were to just say, oh, screw it, I'm just not going to do it. I know good and well I'm going to find it rather than sending the aircraft down. It's kind of nonsense. Yeah, we're at 1,005. We should be 4-ish miles away from the airport. We're gonna go ahead, fly for another 4 miles, and then we're gonna start making our left turn for a left downwind runway 19 at Sulphur. In the meantime, I am gonna figure out how to do this. Aha! I told you I could figure it out. And Sulphur Springs, November 9098 Kilo. We are about 6 miles away to the west of Sulphur Springs. We're going to be making a left turn for a right downwind onto runway 19 at Sulphur Springs. Alright, so let's go see the ATC here. Oh, not ATC, the weather. Winds are 190 at 12, visibility 10, clouds scattered at 4,000 dollars with us. Temperature 34 degrees Celsius, 93 degrees Fahrenheit. Dew point temperature is 34, dew point is 20. Altimeter is 2997, which should be around 1 hour. So we might have to use a little bit extra power to get in there today, only because of how hot it is and how the density altitude is. Alright, so we're gonna go ahead, start our left turn here. We're gonna put the aircraft into heading mode. And we're gonna turn it off. Seatbelts and seatbacks are secure and upright. Face flexors on both. Make sure fully red. Lights as required. We got them all on. Flaps are as required. Airspeed is 65. Just in case we do need to do a go around is going to be full throttle. So throttle full. Flaps retract to 20 degrees. Climb at 55. Head in. Flaps 10. Go up to flaps 10 and then retract them all to get to 65. Alright, so any questions about anything? Yes, no, maybe so. We can start our turn to the south. Actually, overshot by a wee bit, so we're going to overcorrect. And actually bring it down by a little bit. We are under 110, so we can go ahead and do our first launch of flaps. Oh, the airport's right there. So we're gonna go ahead. Disconnect the autopilot. Get all the flaps in. And Sulphur Springs, November 9098 Kilo. We are on final runway 19, Sulphur Springs. Alright, so we got all flaps in. I'm gonna give it a little bit of a slight slip there. A bit much of a slight slip. There we go. Sulphur Springs, number 998 Kilo, we're going around. Alright, we got 65, we can pull up another flat, another notch, and make sure that our climb rate keeps going. Got a good climb rate, then we got Yep, I decided just to do a go around because I possibly could have landed on it, but it got to the point where it was cutting it kind of close. So, you're gonna go around, do it again. There's no shame in going around. It's gonna extend the flight time a little bit, but I'd rather extend the flight time a little bit than to never fly again. So, go ahead and go shoot this again. And Sulphur Springs over 9098 Kilo. We are right crosswind runway 19. Sulphur Springs, number 998 Kilo. We are right down by the runway 19. Sulphur. But we can go ahead. We're under 110. We're gonna first launch the flaps down, and we're gonna actually extend our base. Like we didn't extend it far. We didn't go down it far enough to enable us to make this turn. So extend it a little bit further than what we did last time, and that should allow us to get more time to set up. In case you guys are wondering what all those mouse clicks are about, it's just me. Checking Valenta. Valenta is basically like my foreflight. Just so I can see the bird drill, and I am. Wait. good enough. We're gonna go ahead and start turning this way. So reducing power so we can start achieving higher flap settings. Sulphur Springs, November 9098 kilo, downwind to base for runway 19, Sulphur. Do both. Launch the flaps as we turn our final because they are a little bit. We're actually a little bit. Matter of fact, we can go and set up now. So waiting for the airspeed to hit 85. That's when it's going to be within the white arc. What we're going to do is we're going to actually maintain altitude. Let it fall down. Sulphur Springs, November 9098 kilo. We are final runway 19, Sulphur. Alright, we're in white arc. And we can go ahead and pull up power so we can start our descent. So this is looking pretty good. It's looking actually really good. Our checklist is complete, so we can go and turn the iPad off.
500.
That's 500 feet to the ground. We're at 75 right now, so we're going to pull the power back. We're going to maintain 70 because we want to make sure that we have that margin in case we were to lose airspeed close to the runway. At least we have a little bit extra. So we don't stall. Sulphur Springs, November 9098 kilo. We are short final runway 19, Sulphur. Sulphur Springs, November 9098 kilo. We are clear of the runway. so that is it for this flight. We're going to go ahead and run through the shutdown and securing checklist. Alright, radius 2, okay, so that's done. Securing airplanes, so we're gonna actually do something real quick. And make sure that I do this. So, strobes off, those can come off. Alright, transponder set to VFR, it's already set. I make throttle set to idle. Strobe, nav, and recog lights all can come off except for the beacon light. Let's see, all electrical equipment off. Beacon light can stay on. Avionics masters off. We're gonna go ahead and kill the engine. Magneto switch set to off. Engine times record, battery and master switch can come off. You can turn off that. And we can pull these fuel selectors to the left or right. So it's gonna go to there. Alright guys, so that was our flight today. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I know I did for the most part until I had to go use the bathroom. So until next time, I will see you guys in the next one. Peace out.